Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Big Mike's 4for4 Locker Room Podcast, man. Today we got a pretty decent lineup, man. We're going to break into the Phillies Mets. They're coming up this weekend. Big Series 4 game set for both of them. We got Eagles. We're going to be talking Eagles. I got a special guest I'm bringing on for that. We're going to roll over the Sixers schedule a little bit, and while I have my personal guest on, or I should say our guest on this evening, I'm also going to be talking the Deshaun Watson suspension, which if you guys watched just a couple weeks ago, I had my buddy Sean Gardner on. That dude hit it right on the head, what he was getting. And so sit back, man. If you got your comments, make sure you get them into us. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps us out in the algorithm. And so here we go. Big series coming up. I think it's really big series only to the Phillies, but the Mets coming to town for 4. And, Phillies got to make some noise in this one. We kind of said that going into last week's game. Bats kind of didn't show up last weekend. I thought Ranger Suarez kind of outdueled Max Scherzer, but both of them looked filthy. The next night, DeGrom and Nola went at it. And, it wasn't... Nola came up on the short end of that, losing 1-0, But to me, I think if you're looking at this right now, you have to... Zach Wheeler's got to start performing, man. He's come up small, especially against these games against the Mets. And he's been kind of lackluster to a point. I'll tell you, Syndergaard's looked as advertised. I'm a little shocked that he's not going now. I heard he's not going Sunday, which I would have loved to have seen him go Sunday against his former team. But he's not going to go now. Gibson's been kind of hit or miss. Out of 5 starts, he'll give you 3 good out of 5. So hopefully, what kind of Gibson are we going to see? So, but my main focus is as far as talking about this Phillies-Mets series is that the Phillies haven't been hitting the ball, and they haven't been playing small ball. Like, they've been sitting around waiting. Really, the only 2 guys that were really kind of hitting in that series last weekend was Bryson Stott. You had Alec Bohm was doing okay. Castellanos, I believe, is starting to come around a little bit. He's making more contact with the line drives, but he was kind of not there last weekend. But then again, like I said, they had Scherzer, they had DeGrom. DeGrom's been looking really good since he came back. He's actually pitching tonight against the Braves. Right now they're scoreless. So, but, I mean, I just seen some of the scores today from some of these afternoon games today. Like, holy cow. How about the Astros? They put up 21 runs against the White Sox today. Holy cow. And the Cardinals continue to win as well. They beat the Rockies 13-0 today. So there's a lot of high-scoring games there today. Oh, good Lord, man. 21-5. Stop and think about that for a second. Oh, that was bad, man. But looking more and more into some of these matchups that we have coming up for the weekend, to me, I like what I see with the Phillies. Ranger Suarez has been pitching just lights out for the Phillies. He really has. I'm waiting to see how's that going to go about in this series, because he did pitch, the opening, series with the Reds. So I'm looking to see when he's coming back, and I'm looking right here. Okay, Phillies at Mets. Okay, let's take a look at this. I just want to see when they're pitching. That's tomorrow. So do we have probables? Anyway. Looking to see what the probables will be for this weekend series. Let's see what here we go. Let's see if they got them up here on MLB.com. But I'd like to see what the probables are going to be. If I'm looking at it through the rotation, it looks like to me Noah is out versus Mets schedule or what? Yeah, Syndergaard's out. He's pitching Monday, Paul. That's Paul Spencer checking in. Yeah, he's out. so he will not be a part of this series. I wish he would have been. But I think if it's setting up right now, because you had Suarez go Monday, Syndergaard, no, it was that's right, Ranger went yesterday. So it was Gibson. It was Gibson. I'm trying to think of who the heck that was. So that's who it was. Yeah. Okay. Game 1 is Bassett versus Nola. That's going to be a good one. That dude got the better of the Phillies on Sunday. He got the better of Zach Wheeler. So that should be Game 1 Friday night. Hopefully, with the Phillies having the Vanilla Ice and Rob Bass and Tone Loke in the house and Jazzy Jeff, maybe it might bring them some luck. So I had to go there for that. But so that means Saturday, one of the games Saturday during I guess the early game might be a bullpen game. I'm thinking for the Phillies, you might throw a bullpen guy out there for that second game in the afternoon. The night game will probably be Zach Wheeler, and then Sunday afternoon you're probably going to get Kyle Gibson. So that's probably your 4 Philly starters for right now going into this weekend series. With that being said, yeah, Paul, old school kicking it. I mean, if I had a chance to go to that, I think I might go just to see Tone Loke perform Funky Cold Medina. I mean, that's worth the price of admission right there. So, but, a friend of mine in the comments saying the Mets sweep. I don't know about that. The Mets have been getting the better of the series, though. I mean, they've been winning. If it's a 3-game series, they're winning, 2 out of 3. If it's a 4-game series, it might be 3-1. But you have to take a look around. Like I said, I think the Phillies kind of luck out. They don't get Scherzer or DeGrom in this one, so it should help them. No, they're private chat now. They are, I believe, 11-4 against the Phillies this year. So this is the last set of 4 coming up. So it's pretty, but it's been pretty dominating. But I think the Phillies have come a long way since then too. Like you gotta remember too, like that would be like, if the roles were reversed. It would be like the Mets trying to catch if the roles were reversed and the Phillies were up here and they're trying to play like without Pete Alonso. It's kind of tough. So, but I think the pitching matchup's there, man. Like I said. Okay. So, what we want to do is, like I said, I've been talking to him about like the bats got to wake up. The bats have to wake up. They're not awake. I made a suggestion on the Gobbler Show on Sunday about dropping Rhys Hoskins from 2 down to 7. Some people kind of poo-pooed it a little bit, and I didn't really care too much for it. Like they were like, oh well, why should they drop him down? Well, the reason why you drop him down in the lineup is because one, Segura, I think, is a lot better at the top of the lineup than he is at the bottom. I know he had a 0-for-4 day yesterday, but generally he can do it. I believe Bryson Stott is your leadoff guy. He's actually getting on base. You have Segura, you put him number 2. You stick with Bohm number 3, JT number 4, Castellanos 5. Even if you want to move Rhys up to 6, you can move him up to 6. For right now, while they're kind of playing musical outfielders there until Schwarber gets back. So the biggest thing for the Phillies is I think it would be kind of cool if I think Schwarber's kind of close to coming back. I don't know if he might be available maybe Saturday and Sunday's games, maybe. So that might help him out. He'll probably go right back to the leadoff spot. So, but to me, I just feel like the guys who need to produce haven't been producing. Castellanos is starting to get some good wood on the ball. And, JT's been kind of banging around there. What's up, Linda? So I can't wait to see what this series brings. Like I said, I think they catch a break with not getting Nola and, they catch a break with not getting Scherzer and DeGrom. But I think the Mets kind of catch a break too because they're not getting Ranger, who beat them. and they're not getting Syndergaard, who's been pitching pretty well for the Phillies. So, I would have personally, I would have pitched Syndergaard, but I don't know how that's all going to work out. Hopefully, if things go well, if they get a split, I'll be happy with that. You can't really do nothing about the season series. The Mets won that probably back in May. So you guys just got to tip your cap and go, okay. But I'm still worried about the Braves. For as much as people were talking crazy over the last couple of weeks when the Phillies got on the roll, Braves are still going to be there. San Diego's kind of catching some steam a little bit. Phillies are staying afloat. They're playing okay. Rob Thompson's got them, basically at a 2-1. 2 wins, 1 loss since he took over for Girardi. So he's doing really good. And I think it's time for them that they get rid of the interim tag on Rob Thompson. Obviously, he brings something to the table. He's getting something out of these guys that not everybody's been getting out of. So that's why I personally, I can't wait to see it. The Mets are probably the second best team in the National League behind the Dodgers. It's kind of debatable. The Phillies are right there. And I think the Phillies are going to be a tough out. It doesn't matter who we play. They're going to be other than the Mets. I think, like I said, the Mets have had our number. So it's a 4-game series. Noah will. No, Adam, it's been confirmed. Noah is not pitching this series. He is pitching Monday night against the Reds. So he will not pitch in this series against them. So, but, hey, it is what it is. Paul got his tomahawk chop out, saying, let's go Braves. Need a second half like last year. I think the Braves are a little fat and happy from last year, and they don't have Freddie Freeman to bail them out again, too, this year. Adam, you're right. There you go. They're pitching on Monday. So, Noah will be pitching Monday. So, it is what it is. All I say is, if you're going to the game, go down and have fun. If you're a Mets fan, don't get the hell out. Stay up there. So, I don't need all them friggin' let's go Mets chants going on in our ballpark. Get the hell out. So, Austin Riley, possibly. He's been pretty dang darn good. Pete Alonso's been good for the Mets. That dude's a beast. I don't care what anybody says. You can't throw no shade on either one of those two guys from the Braves and the Mets. Alonso's just he's a wrecking ball, man. That dude is just a straight wrecking ball. So, like I said, man, I think the NL East could be well represented this year with 3 teams in the postseason. It wouldn't shock me. But I still think the Mets got a little bit. The Mets are still the Mets, and I'm going to keep saying that until they win the pennant. And until they win it, I still believe that they're probably going to collapse. Whether it's I don't think the Phillies will catch them, but the Braves could. And the Mets got some tough series coming up. They got the Dodgers coming in. They don't play well against the West at all. I think they are done with St. Louis, so Batman's eyes are ringing. If TJ's listening to this, he's probably ready to strangle me. But I'm just giving my honest opinion. The Mets are known for doing this. The Mets are known for choking. And, it wouldn't surprise me. And I've been saying it all year. If the Mets go down in September, every Mets fan that I know, they're walking on eggshells. They're like, look, we're having a great year, but, you know what I mean? So, I like their bullpen, too. The Mets got a pretty solid bullpen getting to Diaz, Their guys come in, man, they shut it down. They're really hard to get runs against. So, Buck's got them playing good ball. And, maybe they break the trend this year. Just maybe. Adam says the Mets will win the division. Well, they may, but I remember them being up by 7 in like late September, early October, and, they fuddled it away. And they had a good team like they have this year. So, and besides, getting back to this Mets-Phillies rivalry, I love it when both teams are good. It's never no fun when both teams stink. It's never no good when one team is better than the other. You know? So, yeah. It's definitely something we can definitely get around. My big brother's checking in here. Holy crap. What's up, Jim? He said, Mets fans about 2007. They're a good team, but you never know. That's what I'm saying. Like, history's kind of on their side, man. They've been known to choke away more than win. So, I'm going to wait and see what happens. But this weekend should be fun. If you get a chance to go down to the ball yard this weekend, get out there. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. You have baseball. Get out and go to a game, man. Get out there. Go. And even if you are a Mets fan. Like, I'm kind of kidding with that, but get out, man. I think this is going to be a really good series. Get out and go have fun. And I think everything will be kind of cool. Joe Sullivan checking in. What up there? We had fun last night, guys. If you weren't with us, we do a college football frenzy here every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. We kicked it off last night. And me, Joe, and Paul were breaking down college football. Make sure you guys tune in on Wednesday nights. We have a great, great time doing that, man. My brother checking in again, saying the first time both teams have been good since 2008. Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Kind of makes September a little fun. I wish we didn't play so many games early on in the season. I think come next year, you will see a lot of Phillies Mets later on in the year. I can really see if Major League Baseball is smart, which you're kind of hoping that they are, you want to see them move these marquee matchups later in the year. I would love to see the Phillies get rid of like all the West Coast games early on, and games against the other NL division. Get them going. It's a great division with possibly 3 play. Yeah, Paul, I just mentioned that 3 playoff teams from one division. That's hard, man. And how have the mighty have fallen, man? How about the Milwaukee Brewers? How about them? Like, they were right there. Like, I can't understand how they would do that. The college football show is good. Thanks, Adam. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Make sure you tune in. We always bring that fire, even though I got to do the show with 2 Notre Dame guys. You should have saw them last night. They had their pom-poms out last night. Yay, our Irish is ranked number 5. Had to deal with that. Being a lifelong fan of a Penn State guy, I got to listen to these chuckleheads. But, you know what, man? Listen, I've had fun breaking down this series. The only thing I can tell you is, I don't know what... Wait, who said they were overrated? That would be me. I said it. I think Notre Dame's overrated every year. But, unfortunately, they do have a good squad, though. No BS. But getting back to this Phillies, Mets, yeah, Paul, yeah, you did too. Yes, you did, Paul. I gotta give kudos. Paul's kind of the realest, he's the realest, Notre Dame Cowboys fan I've ever met in my life. Like, this dude just, if they stink, he'll be like, dude, we're horrible. That's why you gotta tune in. If you're an Eagles fan, dude, you gotta tune into We Them Boys 215 every Wednesday night, man. Or I'm sorry, every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, tune in. It comes on right after the college football frenzy. You gotta check out Paul and Big Mac Line. They keep it real. They have me in stitches, man. Them 2 guys want to hang Mike McCarthy, man. They want him out of here like yesterday. So it's always good to see that misery has company. Oh man. Man, my guest is really getting amped up, man. He's yelling at me through the green room, man. He's going to strangle the hell out of me. But that's all right, though, because, that's what Phillies and Mets fans do. I'm going to talk shit on the Mets. I don't care. You guys can have 101 win if we knock you out of the playoffs. And what? That would be the Mets thing to do, wouldn't it? Stop and think about this for a second, dude. They could go, just say they sweep the Phillies this weekend, dude. They'd be 15-4 against the Phillies throughout the season. And yet, they turn around, play them in the best of 5, and lose 3 games to the Phillies and get knocked out. That would be the Mets thing to do. That would be the ultimate. I mean, and trust me, I would never let another Mets fan live that down. I'd be like, you can have 18 or 15-4. I'll take 3 out of 5. But hey, man, we're gonna move on now to something. I just want to kind of touch base a little bit before we bring my buddy TJ on. What I want to do is I want to get into the Sixers schedule. Just a brief. I'm very brief. I just got one question about the Sixers. Your guest is in the room punching the screen. He's ready. Oh, that's great. He's probably going to wring my neck, but I don't care. I just got one question to the NBA. Who in that scheduling office did the Sixers piss off? Did you guys see the last month of their season? Holy cow. Whew. I brought it up because me and Paul were talking about it. Literally, the second half of this season is nuts. They have a 3-game stretch in February, or 4-game stretch, where they literally play the Memphis Grizzlies, they play the Boston Celtics, and they got a home-and-home with the Miami Heat. Then, that's in 4 games. The next 3 games after that is away at Dallas, away at Milwaukee, away at Indiana. Okay? Oh, and Minnesota. They come home for a brief 2-gamer, beginning of March, with Portland and Washington. Snooze fest. Here's a nice 3-game streak where I think they could get on. They play at Cleveland, at Charlotte, at Indiana. Then they do a home and home where they're at home Monday, March 20th against the Bulls. 22nd, they're in Chicago. Then comes the killer weekend. Here's this killer weekend. Friday night, March 24th, at Golden State. The very next night, 25th of March, at Phoenix. At Denver to finish up. Then they come home and play Dallas and then Toronto. Okay? Then here comes another killer 4-game stretch now. At Milwaukee, home for Boston, home for Miami, at Atlanta. And then they finish up with the Brooklyn Nets. Holy cow. Okay, let me get to some of these comments. My brother saying the Phils were 1-11 against the Dodgers one year and knocked them out of the playoffs. I think that was 83, wasn't it? If I remember right. Also checking in from my brother over at Edge of Philly Sports, Al Safari. Man, Mike, what's up, bro? What is going on, my friend? Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. The man, Sean Gardner. You seen him? He was on here a couple weeks ago. He turned around. Boy, did you nail the Deshaun Watson thing, Camo? You nailed it. My brother saying Sixers and Knicks on Christmas Day. That's going to be an action-packed holiday. You got the Eagles-Cowboys the day before. So, getting all those Eastern Conference foes out of the way. No, Camo, that is literally the end of the season. Literally. My brother's right. Yeah, it was 83. Wow. Not bad for a guy. Been around this rock a few times. But I just wanted to go over that. Who did they piss off in the schedule? And when it goes, yeah, you know what? Hey, let's give them back-to-back Golden State and Phoenix. Phoenix. Golden State and Phoenix. Back-to-back nights. I'll tell you, that one stretch kills them. That 4-game stretch they have where they're playing at Milwaukee, home for Boston, home for Miami, and then they go on the road to play Atlanta. Sixers got to be, they better come in ready to play this year, man. That's all I got to say. And Toronto's even mixed in a couple times there, too. So, if that's the end of their schedule, I got to see the beginning of their schedule. Because I just, somebody put that up, man. Yeah, there you go. Season opener, first 2 games. Boston and Milwaukee. God. Going back to the process and tanking. I don't think they're going to go that far again, Jim. But I just saw that. I looked. I was like, whoo. I was like, did somebody, somebody peeing somebody's cornflakes up at the office there, the scheduling office. So, I don't know, man. I'm going to have to, Paul, yeah, too much to invest. I'm going to go back. I actually want to see some of the other teams, too. Like, I might check this out a little later. I'm going to see I'm going to see, like, Milwaukee's last month, Miami, Boston. I'm going to see what their last month looks like and see if it's as rough as the Sixers. Because, oh, my God, dude, they got a heavyweight fight. Like, literally from mid-February to the end of the year, it's a heavyweight fight damn near every game. So, I kind of agree with my brother says NBA hates the Sixers. I don't know. Maybe. But, all right, I've been keeping them penned up. Oh, thoughts on LeBron? 2 years, $97 million. He's not worth that money. He got his championship with them. He's worried about making movies now. I mean, it's pretty bad when they're talking about trading Anthony Davis away. Just saying. You know, if LeBron can't have who he wants out there, they're not going to run nothing. And Phoenix, by far, is probably the best team in the West. All right, I've had my guest penned up too long. I have to let him out. Because if I don't let him out, he's going to start eating raw meat. So, guys, I'm going to bring in my buddy, TJ, better known as I Bleed True Green. If he's there.
I'm here.
There you go.
I feel like I should string up. Where's Camo? I should string up some concertina.
Uh-oh, we got technical difficulties there, T.
What's going on?
I don't know what happened, but your sound's not working.
I don't know why. You can hear me before. I haven't.
Hey, there you go.
You good?
We're good now.
Right.
Yeah. What's going on, my brother?
Son of a bitch, you ambushed me, man. You ambushed me. Tell me, yeah, brother, come on, we're going to talk about the Eagles, and I got to listen to you talking smack about my Mets for the first 20 minutes. How many World Series did the Phillies win in the last 50 years? Come on.
The same as the Mets, too.
That's right. That's right. I'll tell you what, though, right, just to catch you up, though, the Mets are down 2-0 after 4.
How? See, this is what I don't get, and I'm pissed off at the Mets, because you know why? They threw their best guys at us, and they look like world beaters. And then, you guys go down and play the Braves, and you shit in the bed.
Yeah, but that's easy to explain. You can't put the Philly bats up against the Braves bats. I'm sorry, brother. You can't put the Mets bats up against the Braves. They got 9 guys that can rock your world at any time, man.
Oh, here goes Paul.
The only way the Mets really have a chance in the playoffs is because we have Scherzer and DeGrom. Bassett is pitching pretty well, too, but we lost Carrasco. Now, T1 is who knows what's going on with him, right? But
yeah.
In a 4-game series, I'll take our pitching staff over anybody in the National League, no doubt. But,
well, I don't know, man. You guys seem to have issues with the Dodgers. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I saw. Well, we didn't. The Phillies had a great chance against the Dodgers. We played them well. The Mets, I got to give due. I hate the Mets because this is me. But I got to say this, man. I think Buck Showalter was kind of a breath of fresh air for them from what they've had.
Oh, man. He's made a world of difference. He's got them guys playing small ball. You were talking about that earlier. You know, the Mets got 150 infield base hits, man. 150 already.
Yeah.
So, they're playing small ball. They're doing what they got to do. But right now, they got to run the gauntlet. They got these games with the Braves. Then they got the Phillies next, include the doubleheader with the Phillies. That's not going to be an easy task. Then we got to play the Yankees again after that. Of course, they're falling off the face of the earth right now. But we got to run the gauntlet right now. They got to come out. They got to come out of this series winning at least half these games. And right now, it looks like the Bravos are going to take 3 out of 4 from us. So, you
know what? It's funny, T, because when I was talking on my show on Sunday, when the series was 1-1 with the Phillies, I said, this is their chance. I said, for them to really kind of make up ground. I said, Wheeler's got to go out and pitch today. I said, if he does, I was like, it kind of lines up for the Braves to go and take at least 2 more games from the Mets, while the Phillies are playing the Reds. Right. I'm like, it lines up for us. Zach went out and I don't know what it is. Like he last year he was really good against the Mets. This year he hasn't been as good. They kind of rocked them a few times
right?
this year.
I was talking to my brother on the golf course today. He's a little slow. He's a Phillies fan, but I talk slow so he can keep up. But I told him, really, you guys are better off if the Mets would have swept this series and give you guys a chance to catch the Braves. That's the way I would have rather seen. For me, I'd rather see the Phillies than the Braves any day of the week. But anyway, who cares? We're 4 weeks from football season.
Well, let's go. This is what
we're kicking off.
Yes. Yes.
I'm telling you, man. I'm trying not to get too excited about it because I still have not bought in on Jalen Hurts yet. But I'm telling you, the moves we made this offseason and some of the guys we got, and I'm not just talking about some of these draft picks, I'm talking about these free agents we picked up, like Bradbury and Kazir. They're going to make a difference, man. If we get our defense squared away, get the linebacker squared away, TJ plays his game like we know he can, I think we can run all over the NFC East and go deep in the playoffs if Jalen Hurts takes that big step forward that we're all waiting for.
You know what? I'm agreeing with you, and I think this is the first time really since the Super Bowl year, and Sean saying haven't seen the Yankees play this poorly since the 92 season. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Here's them boys podcast. What's up, boys? Heard them mention the 215. Paul and Matt, thanks for the love, brother. Anytime. Again, Wednesday nights, check out our Cowboys counterpart, Paul Spencer and Matt Klein. They'll be talking that. But listen, I love the line. I think, dude, we are 9 deep on the line. Yeah. Like, stop and think about something. This is the first season. Nobody's talking about Fletcher Cox.
That's right.
Nobody's talking about Fletcher Cox. Nobody's bringing up Milton Williams from last year. That kid was playing great at the end of the year last year.
That's right.
You're going to line him up, and then you got Big Baby Davis in the middle.
Oh, my God. He's a bulldozer, man.
I was at the open practice, dude. We were at the open practice. Yo, he went one-on-one with Sayamalu. He picked Sayamalu up and drove Sayamalu about 7 yards back.
Yeah, man. If he learns as quickly as I think he's going to learn, man, he's going to be a force to reckon with. Our defense and offensive lines, I think, are really good.
Yeah, and
you can't tell me that you're not excited as much as you can be about our rookie center.
I love him. Love him. And you know what?
He was getting to the second level and making multiple blocks. He was like, "Oh, who's next? Yep. I love that kid, man."
And you know what? I was thinking of, what better way, right? Kelsey was the one who told the organization, you need to take him.
Yep.
So that's why I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, woo! I'm like, this is crazy, Damn, heard there was a host fight mitzvah. See, look, right away, the fight club got to come in. Right, soon as there's a difference, the fight club got to come in. Check them out Tuesday nights.
He tried to ambush me. It wasn't no fight. He tried to ambush me.
Hey, look, I ain't trying to ambush. Hey, look, listen, this ain't nothing.
Like a Michael Vick dog.
Listen, hey, ain't no shit that I ain't gonna say to you if you was looking in front of me, because you know how I feel about the Mets. But anyway,
I'm a Bills fan. My sister's I know. I'm from South Jersey. I grew up surrounded by them.
Yeah, I know. You had to go and be the black sheep, right? Yeah, it figures.
I don't even talk NBA because I'm a Knicks fan, so I don't even talk about the NBA with you.
I don't blame you. If I was a Knicks fan, I wouldn't talk to them either. But dude, listen. What did you think of? I went and watched the Kobe Dean. What did you think of him just in a little bit of action that you saw from him? I personally thought he did very well. He didn't get caught up behind blocks. He was made some decent tackles. Almost got a pick.
I think he's really smart. I think he's one of those linebackers that his intellect is going to be his greatest asset. I didn't. The first time I ever watched a preseason game and then went back and watched it again, Mike. First time ever, because I wanted to see him and Jordan Davis. That combination that they had together at Georgia, it's working out the very same way here right now. There were 2 or 3 different plays where Jordan Davis had 2 blockers on him and didn't mind a bit holding those guys up because he knew who was coming right behind him.
Right.
And Dean made the tackle both times. What I really like about him, though, he seems to be instinctual. When he sees a play start to form, he knows where it's going and he gets there. He doesn't get held up in the wash. He doesn't get picked. He gets there, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how much action he's going to see. I really don't. You know, these other guys are really stepping up, but that's a good thing. I would like to see him get slowly worked in, just like a lot of our defensive backs, you know? I tell you, Mike, just from watching that game, though, and reading what I'm reading about him, two people that I'm really excited about, our running back room is pretty solid. I'm worried about Miles Sanders. I really am, man. He just seems to have the injury bug. But the kid from Memphis State, I like him a lot.
Oh, Kenny Gainwell.
Yeah,
Kenny Gainwell. Yeah.
I think he could have a breakout season. I think these new weapons that we have on the outside are going to help what was already a great running game be even a better running game, where maybe it's not going to be so much Jalen Hurts with 10 rushing touchdowns. Maybe we're going to have some running backs 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders went the whole freaking year and never got in the end zone, you know? But Gainwell I'm excited about him, and I'm excited about Quez Watkins, both of those guys on offense. Not so much because I think they're just super talented and so much better than everybody else, but because of the way the scheme is going to go. I think those guys are going to have opportunities that they wouldn't have on other teams.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first year that I can sit back and look and just say, you know, the Eagles can attack you, you know, running the ball. They got the short game with, you know, Goddard. You know, like who are you going to, like, I was, when me and Paul were talking about it, we did an NFC East preview show, you know, just, you know, very young in this and out of box's history here. We just did one and we were talking about it, and he brought up a good point. And this is an opposing view. You know, this is the guy who roots for the Cowboys. He's like, dude, who are we going to stop on that? He's like, if you try to take out A.J. Brown and the middle game, he's like, then you got to go down.
Pick your poison. You know, pick your poison. There's everybody says it all the time, man. We have so many offensive weapons. We have so many offensive weapons. It's going to be on Jalen Hurts, right? He's got to get them the ball. He's got to get. We have no excuses. Jalen Hurts has no excuses. Howie did what he had to do to make Jalen Hurts formidable in the NFL. Now he's got to execute the plan. He's got to execute the plan.
All right.
AJ, Devontae, Quez, come on. We got weapons all over the place. And he's going to have protection with that offensive line. He's got to make it work.
Yes. Now, we got a comment right here from our boy Camo. He's checking into the show. He says, Eagles-Browns had a joint practice today. He goes, I'm seeing decent amount of praise for Kazir White on 101 Drills and 707.
Homeboy.
Yeah, Kazir, he showed a lot, man. Like, you just watched them. Like, they weren't out there that long, but, like, you could tell, like, they got a player in him. And I said it was going to be kind of hard for De'Veon Taylor to get back on the field because him and Kazir White play the same position.
Right.
But, you know, I feel like if it comes down to that fourth linebacker having to go on, I think it's going to be between De'Veon Taylor and Nakobe Dean. And I think they may use them in different packages. Like, if they're, like, during a goal line situation, they might bring De'Veon Taylor. If they don't, you know, they might use Nakobe Dean from sideline to sideline. Paul brings up a good question right here. He says, what if, or any position in the low draws of the Eagles, so I can let the dummy McCarthy know?
Well, you hit that on the head, Paul. I tell all my Cowboys friends the only reason that I can't see the Cowboys even making it to the playoffs, that's right, not even making it to the playoffs, is because of Mike McCarthy. Because they got a talented team, but they got Mike McCarthy, and he's going to hold them back. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I think, like, right now, like, if you're looking at the Eagles, I think if you're looking at a weakness for them, I would have to still say it's the safety position. But I don't really think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think because they did go out and get Tarf from San Francisco.
I would say it's depth at our tight end position. I want to see who's going to back up Goddard and who's going to be the other tight end. You know, that's my major concern. That and special teams. I am so tired of the Eagles kicking off and giving the ball up on the 32-yard line every time. You know, why can't they stop them before they get to the 25 or kick the ball out of the end zone?
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right with that. My man Pat Bernard, you can check him and me out Sunday morning on the Gobbler over on Devereaux. Pat, checking in. What's going on, buddy? To me, all right, our boy Camo checking in. Seahawks Bears, decent punt return by 12. Velus Jones for the Bears. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that game's on tonight, ain't it? Seahawks and Bears. That should be a barn burner. They once called Wonder Boy Kellen Moore. Now I know I've gotten $1.25 boy. Yo, Jay, you gotta tune in and listen to these guys, dude. They kill Kellen Moore. They kill Mike McCarthy. It's like, to me, I'm sitting there like, wow, I thought we were bad on our guys. Like, whoo. But no, I want to see what Epps can do. I really do. I think he's going to get his chance to shine.
How much longer, though, Mike? How much longer on Epps? How much more time do we give him?
Just this year. If it ain't, go. You know what I mean? I know you don't kind of like him. I kind of like him a little bit. I don't mind.
How about Jalen Reagor while we're at it?
What about him?
With Jalen Reagor, is he going to make the team?
No.
Are we going to go through that again? You know, is he or is he going to make he can't make the team?
No, he's not making the team, but he's going to get traded. He's going to get traded.
He can't make the team.
No, he's going to get traded. He's going to get traded. If Howie gets a bag of balls and 12 Chip Kelly bobbleheads, he'll take it for Jalen Reagor. Like, Jalen's not going to be on this team. And you know what? The kid needs a fresh start. I mean, I hear the Cowboys could use a wide receiver, so let's send him to them. You know, let's see what.
Isn't Aaron Rodgers crying about his wide receiving core? Get him Jalen Reagor.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the guy. You know, I liked him. I really did. But, dude, he had hands like feet.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. But looking forward, what are you looking at this week? Like, what are you going to what do you want to see out of the Birds this week?
I want to see signs from Nakobe Dean that he can manhandle a blocker. I want to see him get in a situation where he's got a blocker on him. I want to see him get off of it. I'd also like to see, I can't remember the kid's name, Josh, help me out. Defensive back, Josh.
You talking about the kid from last year? The draft pick from last year?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not Josh, it's McPherson.
Thank you.
McPherson.
I'd like to see him and our other safeties make some open field tackles. That's always I know they don't get a chance to work on that like they used to in training camp. I know that. You know, supposedly they're teaching these rugby tackles. Keep your head out of the game. I understand all that. But I really, I get so worked up, Mike, when I see our safeties come down and they're in position and they bounce off that.
Yes.
Try to take a hip shot, you know? I'd like to see some really good wrap-up open field tackles. I'd like to see the Eagles improve drastically on that and special teams. That's my biggest worry going into this season, Mike, is our punt and kickoff coverage teams.
Okay.
I think we really need to take a big step forward there, or we're just going to be running the mill. Let's face it, you live and die in playoffs by special teams, you know?
Yeah, true. Now, I got a question for you. I'm going to bring up the Deshaun Watson verdict today of what happened. Yeah. I had Camo, Sean Gardner. I had him on 2 weeks ago. He nailed it right to the head. Like, literally said, he's got to get at least, he said 12. So you got to get at least 12 games. He's going to get fined a lot of money. What is your take on this? And I heard his press conference. I was actually listening to WIP. They had Elliott Shore Parks on because he's out there covering the practices. Right. And he basically said, he's like, Watson didn't really, apologize for anything. He's just like, I'm trying to move forward. And that's it. And kind of left it. So what's your take on what the NFL finally did?
I think the NFL still has some explaining to do. I think for them to suspend Zeke for what was it, 6 weeks for his deal, and then turn around and do what they did here. They never found proof, right? He didn't get convicted. Isn't that their marching song? He didn't get convicted of anything. But for 24 different women to file complaints, I'm a strong believer in where there's smoke, there's fire. It bothers me that he never showed any remorse. Although, Mike, there's a good chance his lawyer told him not to. Because if he shows remorse, he shows guilt. So he's an NFL quarterback. I'm sure he can take coaching. So maybe his lawyer told him. But it bothers me that he never showed any remorse. In my opinion, he should have been suspended, but they should have held it off until next year. They should have let him play this year under the cheapie contract because they thought they were being slick, and it turned out that they were, and let him go under suspension next year when he's getting paid $20 million a game. Either way you look at it, he should have been gone for a year.
Okay.
The NFL caved, I think.
Now, here's the thing. But now Camo brings up a good point. He's getting 11 games, right? He's getting 11 games. You're suspending Calvin Ridley for a whole year for a $1,500 bet?
But he was guilty and found guilty, and they had evidence against him, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Which they didn't against Deshaun. As far as they're concerned, this is all hearsay. But doesn't the NFL have a player standard policy, Mike?
Right, they do.
Policy they're supposed to adhere to?
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, getting 24 women complaining about it because you're asking for a hand job and a massage, that's breaking the policy code, homeboy. You're going for the year.
All right, let me ask you a question. Do you think any fine should have been lifted or any fine should have been put to the Houston Texans because they were bringing them in?
They knew what was going on. Somebody in that organization had to know what was going on. And how about the NFL as part of this settlement says we got a $7 million donation that's going to go towards sexual harassment awareness? Come on.
Camo says it's 6 games based on the personal conduct policy.
And how many women NFL fans do you think are a little bit perturbed about this? I'd love to hear what the women NFL fans. I know a lot of women that know the NFL as good as any man does.
Right, exactly, we do.
And I would love to hear their opinion on what they think about Deshaun Watson. And guess what? Who's the first team they play when he comes back from suspension, Mike?
The Houston Texans.
Houston Texans. So you don't think that was by mistake?
Nah.
Huh?
It's come on, it's the NFL. Like it's a whole story.
Right.
And I think isn't that game in Houston?
I believe it is.
Right. Okay. So there you go. That's primetime game right there. Deshaun Watson comes back home.
Yeah. So I think they play the Texans and I believe the outrage.
The Asian community. Paul, take your ball and go home. This is my producer, guys. My producer. Oh, I'm telling you. Yo, that's funny. Oh, the Asian massage community is in the outrage right now. Oh, yeah. God.
Yeah, that's something. I think all of us as fans, all we want to see is some consistency when it comes to this. Didn't Major League Baseball just suspend a guy for 2 free seasons for a sexual harassment charge? 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let's get real here.
That's the problem. That's my only issue with the NFL is because, like, okay, you're doing this to Deshaun Watson, and Camo brought this up. It's a great point. What the heck did you do to Robert Kraft, who was doing the same thing?
Nominated him for the Hall of Fame.
Right.
They nominated him for the Hall of Fame. Are you kidding me?
Right. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Like, so a player gets a year out, gets charged $5 million, but an owner gets a Hall of Fame induction.
Right.
Like, how is that? Like,
so somewhere, hold on, let me look it up. Let me see.
But
here it is, right here in the bylaws, Mike. Hand jobs for players will be punished severely. Hand jobs for owners is okay.
Oh, okay.
It's in the bylaws.
It's in the bylaws. Well, I don't know, man. It looked like somebody been rubbing on Jerry a little too much, too, man. You see him lately? Oh, Lord.
That poor guy.
That poor guy.
Did I really say? I don't mean that. Man, the hell with little Jerry, man.
I heard the Asian massage. Camo, you're great, Sean. I love him to death. I heard the Asian masseuses nominated Kraft for their Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he was a mail-in ballot.
Yeah.
He was a mail-in.
All right, well, listen here, T. I'm glad to have you on. I'm going to bring you back on again throughout the season along with Camo. Actually, I might even bring you two guys on when I get...
Oh, I'd love to be on with Camo and go over old times, man.
Yeah, man. Yes. I am so glad that you guys came on. I know you like doing this. I know you and Camo and you and Sean did this before. I would love to have you guys a part of my show. So I will definitely be reaching out to you guys both again. Unfortunately, I'm going to let you go here now because I got to pay some bills and we got to get ready. I got to read everything off. T, I will be in touch with you, brother, and you be good, all right?
You too, man. God bless you and your family, and thanks for the opportunity tonight. I really appreciate it, man. I had a good
time.
Dude,
you're my brother, dude. You're my. I have one older brother. You're my second.
By the way, I got my reservations for Detroit.
I saw.
September 11th. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
Yeah.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
All right, T. You be good. All right. As my boy TJ. Guys, definitely check out of the Box. Here we come. We have different brands of shows here. So I'm going to look. Tuesday night, we have the Flight Club 215 with our boy Paul Spencer and Joey Woods. They're live every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Every other Wednesday, 10 a.m., we got our boy Ken Fry from the Vegas show. He's got his own show talking Mets baseball every other Wednesday. Our new show with myself, Joey Woods, Paul Spencer, and the Joe Sullivan College Football Frenzy that comes on every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, and it is preceded by none other than Dem Boys 215 every live. I believe it's changed to 9:30 now, so it's 9:30 every Wednesday night. Make sure you guys check them out. If you're watching everything, if you're a Cowboys fan, make sure you do it. Of course, Thursday nights, it's my night right here. Big Mike's 444 Locker Room Podcast. Definitely make sure you check me out. We also have my son, my offspring, along with his new co-host, Stacy, the Big Blue Power Hour, tomorrow night right here, 8 o'clock, for all Giants fans. Wrestling fans, Out of the Ring Podcast every Saturday morning, 8 o'clock with our man Joey Woods, as you got a picture with the stinger there. And, of course, Ken Fry and our boy Rob Hefner, Vegas Sports Scene, live every Saturday night at 8 o'clock. This is, that's our lineup. And, guys, if you're having any legal issues whatsoever, if you fall, you get hurt, make sure you call Jay Fine Law, a.k.a. Big Al. He's 1-800-HURT-123. He's down here in Center City, Philadelphia. Again, it's Jay Fine Law, Big Al. Tell him the Out of the Box sent you, and he'll take real good care of you. Guys, it has been my pleasure to be with you guys tonight. Thank you once again. I want to thank Paul for producing this. I want to thank everybody who commented on there. My brothers from over at EOP, Pat Bedard, Joe Sullivan from Devereaux, my older brother, Jim, thank you for checking in. To my buddy Bleeds, TJ, who you saw right here, and also our boy Sean Gardner, a.k.a. Camo. Thank you so much, guys, for definitely checking in. Steve Lutman, okay, he was checking in with their code of conduct. Okay, there's levels to it. This is Steve Lutman. Steve, thank you so much for checking in. The NFL just needs to hold everyone accountable to the code of conduct policy and be consistent on levels of punishment. You are right, my friend. Guys, with that being said, we are done for this evening. I will see you next week. Don't forget, check me out Sunday morning, Devereaux Sports on Edge of Philly. Me and the Gobbler. Got some pretty good guests coming in. Hope you like The Sandlot. Tune in Sunday morning, 9 o'clock. We're out.